Hey guys, good morning. Happy Monday. It's Daryl here. It's 8 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I just got back from my walk. I tried to get back here as soon as possible because I had so much on my mind. The state, the condition of the Republican Party, which is now really the party of Trump, and its effect, just by association, on the rest of the country and the Democratic Party, and just the whole kit and caboodle. I started thinking about the Republican Party, back like say in the 80s with Reagan. I mean, yeah, it was racist and, it was the middle, upper class elitism and all that, but, you know, you almost reminisce for that, still, that kind of sad state that even it was then, but I look at things now, and I started off by thinking about the 220 Republican legislators who won't commit to saying that Joe Biden is president. And I just thought about how spineless and pathetic that is. These are the people that we have put in office to stand up for us, and they can't even stand up for themselves. Just the fact that they're not saying that Trump won. They're not saying that Biden won, but they just won't answer. I just thought about how cowardly that is. I thought about this. If they have kids at home, because I thought about their family. What do their families think of them? These spineless people. It's been over a month. There's no evidence. It basically comes down to this, that Donald Trump and a lot of people like him are just incredulous. They can't wrap their heads around, they can't admit to themselves that they lost. That's just what it really comes down to. It's being bad, poor losers, really, is what it comes down to. These legislators, right? And they what do their families think of them? They are so spineless. So I thought about it, and their spouses probably are similar to them. But I thought about their kids, if they had any teenagers at home, because teenagers are pretty smart. They're well informed, and usually they're in a rebellious stage a lot of times too. So they don't just accept what their parents are spoon feeding them. And they usually start developing their own minds. And I thought about, out of these 220 Republicans legislators, how many have teenagers at home? And I can imagine what these teenagers think of them, because they must know the truth. They must see now that Biden won the election, and look at their parents don't even have the guts, the backbone to commit. And here they are, like I said, they're in office to represent us. I was watching Trump in Georgia, and I just watched it with my mouth dropped open. Again, Trump starts talking about how we're rounding the big, beautiful curve. Today is December 7th, Pearl Harbor, right? We commemorate Pearl Harbor on this day. Forgive me here, the deaths at Pearl Harbor were 2,350 in that area. Forgive me for not just knowing off the top of my head, but it's around 2,350 something, I believe. Last week, if you average each day, because there's a lot of days where we were about 2,900, 2,800 deaths from COVID-19. If you average it, it comes out to about an average last week of a Pearl Harbor every day. Seriously, check it out. About 4 of the days were about 2,800 people dying from COVID-19. And the other days were a little below, like 2,000 and about around 2,000. So if you average it out, it's in the neighborhood of one Pearl Harbor each day just last week from COVID-19. And Trump in Georgia says we're rounding that corner, and they all cheer, and all of them have no masks on. And look, don't give me that crap about the protests, because there are no protests really. There's no protests going on now. There's no BLM riots going on now, so don't make any comparisons there. Giuliani and his ilk just getting sick left and right. I look at this country, and I don't know if any of us are going to be able to survive the damage that Trump has done. I think it was Perdue, the senator there that's running down in Georgia. He tried to talk because Trump, just as usual, just hogged the whole time and whined and cried about rigged election and talked about, we won Georgia, you know that. No, you didn't. And it's just these people are living in a non-reality. They're actually, there's a couple thousand people living in this bizarro world. And I'm like, it's unbelievable. So Perdue tries to talk. He says, I'd like to say something to the wonderful master Donald Trump. And all the people just started saying, I forgot, they were chanting something Trump. And they wouldn't even listen to him. This rally was for him, for this Senator Perdue, right? And they wouldn't even listen to him. They just blathered over him. And so he tries to rush something out. He just says something, we love you, Mr. President Donald Trump, we love you and we'll defend you forever. And he just tries to spew that out while they're chanting over him because they don't care about the senator. Oh, good Lord, man. And then I see Trump and what the Republican Party has turned into. He says, this isn't the best and brightest. This is what happens when you surround yourself with people who have no backbone, who have no spine. Because that's all the only people that are around Donald Trump. That's why Barr is leaving. I can't stand Barr, but obviously he's not a man that takes bullying. He's out of there. Anybody that had anybody that was fairly adept at their job and fairly intelligent is long gone. Look at who's around Trump. Look, okay, so we had that defendant there, the drunken woman, Chacon, right? With Rudy Giuliani. There's another example. Kanye West, the My Pillow guy. This is the Republicans. This is your party. Who else? Chachi. I don't know. Ted Nugent is missing in action. Oh, good Lord, man. It makes us Democrats or us independents or progressives look bad just by association of having to run against you guys. Just by that association, we look bad. Oh, man, it just makes me pray for the whole country. I hope we get some... I don't even know what to say. I hope we get some legislators in the future with backbones. I hope we can start to undo this mess that the Trump and his people have done more damage to America and our democracy in the last 4 years, I think, than China and Russia and Cuba and any other communist regime all throughout history have done together. They've done more to damage this country in the last 4 years, or even especially in the last month. All right, just some thoughts from me today. You guys have a good Monday.